Good evening, Fiends. Are you ready? Let's get spooky.
Welcome back to another. See, there we go again. I have to say something to make you laugh right at the beginning. Hello, Fiends, and welcome back to another episode of
Let's Get Spooky.
I'm Vamp.
And I'm AJ.
And today we are talking about stalkers.
Scary.
We were about to get into it last time, and I was like, no. I have lots of things to say.
Yeah.
So
we had to wait because it was too good for the amount of time that we had.
I mean, I hope it's good. I feel like it's good. I feel like my story is kind of crazy. You don't have to be scared.
I'm scared.
But we typically start off talking about movies and shows. Mm-hmm. And we're going to, I'm going to start it off with the movie that got you into horror movies, The Faculty, right? Isn't that what you told him?
Yeah.
Elijah Wood? Yeah. That's on my list.
The Faculty. Wait, what does that have to do with stalking?
Oh, wait. No.
That's
back
the
to wrong
school.
episode. Just kidding. We're going to cut
I was
going to
scream that at the top of my lungs for the next one.
I was so ready to say that too, and I was like, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to bring up the thing. And then
she was so excited about it that she
got ahead of myself. That has nothing to do with stalking. But The Invisible Man has something to do with stalking.
Has a lot to do with stalking.
Fatal Attraction.
Yep.
What was I know what you did last summer.
Yep.
The Cable Guy was on this list too.
Oh my God.
Which is really good. I don't know that it's necessarily horror, but
no. I mean, there is something scary about it.
And
Cable.
What else do I have? I think that's it. I have It Follows on this list.
It Follows is amazing.
This was the top 11. The top 11.
Top 11. I love that number.
I don't know why.
Not 10, not 13.
But Invisible Man on this list, I think, is probably one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. I really liked it.
It's really good. Elizabeth Moss is amazing in it.
Yes.
Just the scene alone where she's at dinner with her sister, and you're just like, what's going to happen? And then frames for murder.
So well done. And it also had the dual effect of tryptophobia, because that suit, I think we've talked about this before. It made my skin crawl.
Yeah.
And I remember posting, I think I did a tweet right after, and there were so many people that were also grossed out by it. So it had like an unintended disgusting effect, because that suit was very hard to look at.
Yeah, that one was icky.
What else you got?
I have Perfect Blue. It's an
that.
anime. It's a psychological thriller. It's based on a novel, but it's so crazy. It messes with your brain.
Really?
Like, it has these really great transitions. It's beautiful.
Okay.
The story is a member of a Japanese idol group retires from music and then decides she wants to become like an actress. So it's her transition to that, and then she finds out she has a stalker, and it's like it's crazy because it's so mind-bending. It mixes like fantasy dream stuff with reality. Parts of it you don't know like what's real, what's not, like, and it's also like pretty gory at parts, but it's really cool.
Interesting. What's it called again?
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue. Okay.
Yeah. Another one that this is one of the movies I was obsessed with growing up, and I don't know why.
Secret Stalker.
Swim Fan. Do you see Swim Fan? Jesse Bradford, ladies. He's back,
have I
baby.
Seen Swim Fan? No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's
There's so many
corny.
movies where I'm like, I haven't seen that, and he's like, yeah, we haven't. I'm like, okay, I guess we have.
Yeah, no, it's Jesse Bradford again. Once again, love him. But he's a high school senior, and he's like a swimmer, and he he's like, he does it like, on the school swim team, whatever, and he has a girlfriend, and like, he's like has this great life, and then he messes it up by sleeping with this new girl, and he finds out she's like crazy. Yeah, and like tries to like really mess with his life.
I feel like there's another movie, and I can't think of the name. If I remember it, if it comes to me, I'll say it later. But kind of along those lines, where they're like, oh, this is fun. Okay, now it's done. And the person is psychotic, and they are stuck with them forever. So it's funny that we decided to talk about this, because a couple days ago,
Instagram
rolled out a new feature. It's called Maps.
Maps. They're like,
feature.
They're like, hello, stalkers. Here's something for you to stalk people with.
Right. So essentially the feature is live tracking. It's just basically geotagging you wherever you are.
Snapchat had it.
Snapchat did this.
But
same thing.
Yeah, you can like look at a map, and if you zoom out, like it basically shows like where everyone's like posting from. So like anytime you like open your phone, or not open your phone, but open the app,
it updates the location, right?
It updates the location. So it's like, it's just sharing everywhere you are.
I don't understand. So I was trying to understand why they would think this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was a news interview. I don't know what news station it was, but they were talking about how the younger generation, makes me sound old, but the younger generation uses Find My iPhone as like a social networking thing. Like essentially open Find My iPhone and you'll know where your friends are, which makes sense if it's like your group of friends. But to take that, and maybe there was more to the story, but that's basically in a nutshell what they were saying. To take that and implement it on an app that has billions of users. I don't know if that's correct.
And
but
like a lot of times, like you don't know who's following you. Like because when I opened it, I was assaulted by the notification. It took up half the screen. It's like, here's maps. Do you want to do it? And I'm like, this looks scary. I was like already like this. No. And then I just exited out of the map or out of the app.
Yeah, you're
thinking
like, no, undo.
Maybe if I don't,
undo.
I just ignore it. Nothing will happen. And then the next time I went in, it's like,
remember me? Would you
it's
like
maps.
to tell
you want to do this?
You are?
And I'm like, this is scary. And I'm like, I opted out. And then it's like, oh, but wait. There's different options. You can just show your close friends. You can just do your followers. It says you can turn it off, but I was reading like articles about it where people were like, they were looking at it, they opted out and they're looking at it and they saw some of their other friends were on the map and they're like, message them and be like, why do you have this on? Like, this is really creepy.
I opted out.
And that person's like, no, I opted out. Like, and they're like, well, I can literally see you on this map.
So my thing, I saw I didn't see I hadn't opened Instagram yet, but I saw people were talking about it. Like it was a trending whatever. So I'm researching it and I'm like, okay, my first thing that I looked up, I Googled, how do you turn off the maps feature on Instagram? And so I hadn't updated the app yet, but my phone had, I didn't think I updated it. It auto updated. Yeah. So this feature was rolled out. I didn't see it till like 8 or 10 hours later. So essentially for 8 or 10 hours while I was sleeping, my location is visible to all of these people. So it said, open up whatever your DMs, right? And you would see the little map icon. I'm looking frantically everywhere. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I was assuming it was like a button at the top, like where the little arrow button is.
It's the little circles.
It's not. It's like a story block on the top. And I wasn't seeing it because mine was like 4 blocks over. So I had to like move and I didn't see it till later. So I'm looking, where do I turn it off? And I'm like, okay, it must not be on. And then there's a girl that has an article and she's like, no, you have to go into your phone settings to make sure that it can't do it. Go into your phone settings. There was like 5 steps. You had to get to your location and turn off your location on Instagram to never. So not while using app, like it can never tell your location. So that ensures if that's toggled off that they can't, no update can change it as long as in your actual phone settings. And then for us, me personally, we manage multiple accounts. We have like business accounts. So I'm like, do I have to do this on every account? But if you go into your Instagram settings and you say no location, never,
it does it for,
it will do it
just
for,
the full app.
I'm assuming anything attached to Instagram.
Yeah.
But I'm just really, I want someone from Instagram to sit down and do a video straight to the camera and say, this is why we thought this was a good idea. Like, explain to me why you think kids use this app, families use this app, public figures use this app, and the fact that you're like, it's just on.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
And I don't know, like, to other people, if we sound like, if we sound crazy for being like, we don't want this, like, turn this shit off, all this stuff. But like, I don't know. There's like something like, I feel
Have you been outside?
Yeah.
Have you seen the internet? Have you watched the news? Like, crazy shit has always happened. And we've talked about this before. We're in the like panic era, but I feel like it's because we see everything instantly. All this shit has always happened. People have gotten abducted. There's been stalkers. Like, this is not new news. But before there wasn't social media, so you wouldn't hear about it until after something bad happened or it had to be reported on the news. So now we're just so much more hyper aware of it, and maybe we're paranoid, but I feel like paranoid is the best place.
It's better than being like just like unaware, because there are certain times where it's like you see someone posting on social and you're like, why are you posting that? Like, you can clearly see your house number behind you.
Some people are
like,
so unaware. Yeah.
And I don't want to like, I don't do this to like actually like stalk people, but sometimes I'm like, let's see how easy it is to know where this person lives.
Yeah, and they're like,
and like
20
minutes, and then 20
minutes
minutes later, I'm like, oh, here's their house on Google Maps.
Yeah, Cameron and
like,
I were talking about
easy.
earlier. He was like, how like precise is it? And I was like, well, let me look. So I clicked on the map, and there's one of our friends, and they're a business. So I think it makes more sense if you're like a business. But it's cross streets. Like you could zoom in, and you could see they're on the corner of this street and this street, and that's wild.
It's terrifying, especially like if like, I mean, you don't know who's looking at your stuff. Anyone can see it, and like it reminds me like that girl who was like live on, I forgot if she's live on TikTok or Instagram, but someone had it out for her, knew where she was, and like killed her while she was on live. And it's because you're literally
crazy.
Like posting exactly where you are. You just be like really careful.
Excuse me. For me, I didn't really think about it before. Like when I was first doing social media stuff, we'd be like at Disneyland or we'd be at places, and you're not thinking, and you just post because you're like, I'm here.
Yeah, because it's fun. And it is fun to like share stuff like that. But I think it's just to be aware.
Yes. I quickly realized that if I'm like with my friends and family, and I want to be with my friends and family, and I don't want distractions, or I don't want to be like, and not like that people are interrupting you, but if you want kind of like a little bit more privacy, I realized very quickly that I can't post anything until I leave. And that's just a rule of thumb that I adhere to. Not always. There's certain situations where I'm like in the moment, and I'm not by myself or anything like that, and I feel safe. But yeah, it's just, you have to be really mindful of all of that stuff. And unfortunately, we live in a place where it becomes too easy to find people, you know? So Instagram, shame on you. We're very upset. I don't know if you've seen the comments, but people don't like it.
Do not like.
I think that it's fine to roll out something like that. I don't think there's a problem with it. If you
opt into it,
opt in,
and that's what you want to do, hey, go for it.
Right.
Live your life. Let people know where you are. Do your thing. But for like the people who don't want to do that, like it should be more secure.
And you should make it very easy, like so easy to be like, no, thank you, off.
And have
Absolutely
that be the
not.
absolute answer.
Absolutely not. There's no like roundabout ways, or like you thought you turned it off and your friend's texting you saying, hey, I can see where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what the logic behind all of that is. I would love to understand. But I think that any explanation is not a good one.
Yeah.
I think any reason that you would give would be like, well, that's fucking stupid. Let's
That's
not tell
creepy.
people where everyone is at all times. Yeah, so enough of us. You clearly tell we're very upset about it. But
Old
I think
man yells at cloud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like everyone is on that same boat of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like I woke up saying,
It also
what
like,
the fuck?
yeah, it also felt like it came out of nowhere too. I'm like,
I just feel,
why this?
what happened with this? I'm not like big on Snapchat. I think I don't really use it, but wasn't there like that whole thing happened on Snapchat? People were really upset, and there was like, maybe
I think it probably died down, and then people like didn't care, and then Instagram's like, oh, we'll do it too.
It's been years. People don't remember.
Yeah.
We remember. We still don't like it.
What's weird is that the problem with Snapchat and then Instagram this many years later still does it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, like, just
You know
kids,
what?
we were like seeing everywhere they went. You could so easily see
I got it.
where everyone's at.
Any controversy is good controversy, even if it's bad. How many people are talking about it?
That's true. Everyone's
How
talking about
many-
Instagram.
Everyone is up in arms about it. And the thing is, we all want to complain. We all want to be like, how dare you? You can't do this. But remember when you signed up for Instagram and there was that long ass terms and conditions that nobody read that were like, yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was something in there that said they can do this.
Yeah, the
And you
human
were like,
Sentai pad.
Exactly.
Soon
Yeah.
they're going to call us, and we're going to have to be recruited to be the middle person of the
Yep.
human Sentai pad.
No, thank you. But I think that's the thing is like, they're like, well, what are you going to do about it? You signed you agreed to the terms and conditions. We own you now. So maybe we should have read those terms and conditions, but nobody does that.
But even if you say no, then you don't get to do the app.
Yeah, that's true. Sell your soul for
Yeah.
social media. We've all done it. So I have my stalker story, but I have a good internet stalker story. I don't know if you have anything before I delve into mine, because I feel like I've already talked a lot. So
You haven't talked a lot.
I'm hogging it.
No. Mahogany.
I'm hogging it. So you have, should I go?
Go.
Should I do my,
Should you go personal?
should I do personal or should I do the other one?
I think we should get personal.
We should get personal. Okay.
Like, get very vulnerable right now.
I mean, it's not like.
My shoulders are out. I'm feeling very vulnerable
You want me to?
and scared.
Okay.
So no one comments about how I look like I have
She's afraid. So
really wide shoulders, please.
You do not. I told
gonna do
Cameron
this.
earlier, I was like, can you tell me, look at how I'm sitting right now. At the beginning, I was like, so I get comfy in my chair and then I put my shoulders up and I look like a
By
football
the
player.
end, we're like, I look like a football player with my shoulders out.
And I told him, I was like, don't let me sit like that. And look at how I'm sitting, like a crazy person. Okay, so my stalker story. I'm trying to date it back, and I thought it was 2011, but I found a photo that said 2013. But I'm not sure if it was from 2013 or I just uploaded it in 2013.
okay,
I feel like it might have been older.
You didn't want anyone to know you're there, so you waited 2 years to then post
Exactly.
it, just in case.
I'm really bad at the social media thing. It's very delayed. You'll find out where I am 2 years later. So this was a convention, the beginning of my convention days for like traveling for them, like getting booked and going on an adventure to a convention. It was somewhere in Texas. I don't remember the city because it was like a little tiny city outside of San Antonio. And I just remember we went to the Alamo. We got there, I think, a day early, and like the guests were like, what do we want to do? Let's go to the Alamo. Pee Wee Herman went there.
Yeah.
So we went, we did a little tour. We didn't really actually do a tour. We just went to it.
You just went there?
No, I got kicked out of it. We didn't go to the tour. We were going to go to it to do the tour.
Were you cursing the whole time?
So we show up. Okay, so it's me, Cameron, our friend Rachel, Jess, Claudia. That was it. Maybe there's just a handful of us. So we go to the Alamo and we're like, cool, let's go do the tour. We get there. There's like a fair amount of people. It's a Friday during the summertime. It's kind of crowded. And was it like security that came up to us?
Were you spitting at people?
No. Okay, we're just walking.
Were you giving the finger to
No.
kids?
Yeah, like I don't know what we did wrong. We didn't do anything wrong.
Were you screaming in the faces of children?
Nope, doing nothing wrong. Just walking up to it, admiring the beauty of the Alamo, taking photos, hanging out. Like,
Were you showing off your chonies?
No, I wasn't. But I did have like shorts on. Listen, they weren't even like, they're not like the shorts that girls wear now that are a belt where their ass cheeks are hanging out. Like, they were just like shorts. They were black and they were like leather, but they were not like super short. But I did have like big goth boots on and like knee socks. So
so you're
And
scaring the
shorts
Texans.
Looked like a skirt, right? Wasn't it like a?
it was shorts in the back, I'm pretty sure, and it was like a skirt in the front.
Skort.
So, but it wasn't revealing in any way, shape, or form. The policeman, sheriff, whatever the hell he was, security man, basically said that we had to leave, and we're like, what do you mean? And I'm thinking someone's fucking around and I didn't see, or like,
Yeah, like Cameron tipped him off and was like, hey, go
I
mess
don't
with
know,
my-"
someone like flashed the Alamo. I don't know. Nobody did anything wrong. We're just hanging out. And he was like, you're dressed inappropriately. I have to find the photo. And I don't know if I have that photo, but I have a photo in those shorts to show that they were like not that short.
I really hope, I mean, obviously I can't see the photo. You're going to add it in later. But I
Yeah.
really hope the shorts are like down to your knees
No,
or
they're
something. And
not.
they're just like super
No,
like prude.
They're definitely not like basketball shorts. They're like hot shorts, but they're not.
Coochie
It
out?
looked like a mini skirt, and it's just big boots.
Yeah. Like I wasn't dressed slutty or
Like
anything.
you
I
would
just
be
had-
fine in
it's also
California and other big cities, but because it's like
Texas?
Texas?
I don't know, but it's fucking hot in Texas. It's the summertime.
Yeah.
People are wearing shorts. I remember looking around being like, shorts. Do we see shorts? But I think we just like,
They even pointed out girls that had like
Shorter
fucking asses
shorts.
hanging out of their shorts.
yeah.
But I think it was just your look.
butt cheeks out. I think he just looked at me and he was like, she looks like she maybe
Like
is
she's-
related to Ozzy Osbourne. I don't
she
know. That was the
looks-
only thing. And initially I was
Yeah.
like, it's a goth chick. They think I'm going to do some crazy shit. We were for sure stereotyped.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't understand is I'm pretty sure you had to pay for that tour, right? You had to, like, it wasn't free. You You had to pay for it.
Yeah.
So that was like 6 or 7 people that you just, because I had remotely short-ish shorts.
In high boots.
That I got kicked out. This has nothing to do with stalking. We're getting to that.
Yeah, but
Right, it's very upsetting.
That's wild.
And I was like, we just want to do like our thing in front of the Alamo. And like, didn't someone say... We did it anyways. We just didn't go like into it, but we still hung around. I was like, he's not going to like physically remove me. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So we hung out, we shot our videos and photos and stuff like that. And then we went on our merry way. But I was very upset about it.
That's
because
crazy.
I don't understand.
He did say numerous times it wasn't him. Like he felt bad.
I don't remember
like
that.
maybe someone complained.
Whoever's running the tours with the family.
Someone was like this on the cameras and they're like, out of here, get her out of here. Those shorts are too short. We don't like her.
She looks like she's calling down Satan.
She has a bat in her pocket. She's going to bite its head off. Isn't that what he did? Didn't he bite head off a bat?
Yeah.
At the Alamo?
At the Alamo.
Huh?
Not at the Alamo.
Oh.
At a concert.
No, but then what did he do at the Alamo? He did do something at the Alamo that kicked him out. Did he pee? I don't know. I might have made that up too. But whatever. So I got kicked out of the Alamo. So now we go back to the convention.
Mm-hmm.
The convention is, I think, just Saturday and Sunday. And it's very small. It legitimately was at, what did he do?
In 82, he was drunk and urinating.
Peed. See, I know. He peed on
that's
the
great.
Alamo.
Good for you,
I didn't
Ozzy.
even pee. I just had shorts on.
Yeah.
So my offense, I don't think, was worthy of getting kicked out. But now I have a story. So we're at the convention, and it's in like I want to say like a senior citizen, like ballroom, not ballroom, like a rec center.
Rec center.
Like it's legitimately like there was a park and like a building, and it was like in the building next to the park. So it's very small, but there was just tables on each side, and the guests, we were like facing each other. So no matter where you were, you could see the whole room.
Okay.
There was no like private area, like it was all one room. So everyone's kind of hanging out. It's very small. There's not a lot of guests there, so you interact and you're seeing. It was kind of like the Shark Boys, like you see them all, everyone that's there all day long. So it's fine. Interactions most of Saturday seemed fine. Saturday night there was an after party, which was not really like, it was in a comic book shop. It was legitimately like everyone just having drinks and snacks at like picnic tables that were set up in this comic book shop. It was fine. There was a group of guys there who had made themselves very present at the convention. So they would come up and talk to you. And again, because it was small, it was another Shark Twins situation. You were interacting with the people over and over and over and over again. So that night, I feel like that small group of guys, I think it was a group of 3 or 4 of them. I don't know. Everyone was really nice. No one made any sort of indication that they were like, you'd have to worry about them. But all of us guests too were very nice back. No one felt threatened. So at that party, we're all just kind of hanging out, talking. Nothing's really happening that's too crazy. It ends. The next Sunday happens. And then because we spent the day together and an evening together, these people find that it is like, okay,
you're friends.
We're friends.
Yeah.
We're going to share stories. We're going to overshare. We're just going to hang out by your table and watch as other people come up and not take a social cue to be like, okay, move along. At the end of Sunday, they were very adamant about of like, what is everybody doing tonight? What's going on? And all of us kind of had like an unsaid agreement that we're like, oh, we're just going to go back to our hotels. We're really tired. We're leaving in the morning. Just to avoid, because again, it was very small. All they had to do was like watch the car drive us down the street to the hotel that was right there that you could like see for them to realize where we were staying. So we all kind of get out of it. It's fine. We go back to our hotels. We hang out. Everybody goes home. After that convention, I start getting messages and comments. And this is like the very beginning of Instagram. Facebook's been around for a while. Like Facebook fan pages have been around for a while, but like on everything. Anytime I would post something. And then I would see that like everything I've ever posted has a comment from this person. Multiple comments. Messages, direct messages, reaching out on every social media platform, like to the point where I was like, okay, at the beginning I was nice because there was no reason to not be nice. Yeah, it was great to meet you. And then it just got to the point where I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, stop, you know?
They
and
went all like baby reindeer on you.
Yes, like so intense. And I remember saying like, hey, you know, I'm super busy. I'm sorry if I can't get back to you, but trying to leave like breadcrumbs as to like, you need to like slow your roll without being an asshole.
This is it.
Right. Doesn't take any sort of cues, continues to do it. And so I just ignore it. At that point, I'm like, you're not really doing anything wrong. I don't feel the need to block you. That could further anger you. Just leave it alone. But then it went as far as like, now I'm going to start harassing people that you know. Now I'm going to start messaging people that are commenting on this. And I'm going to start creating these relationships with those people. And they would message me like, hey, is this guy okay? And I'd be like, just don't engage. Like, don't do what I did. Don't be too nice. Just ignore it.
Yeah.
But then conventions keep happening. There's multiple conventions in Texas that take me back to different areas of Texas. And I remember specifically one was back in San Antonio. It was a bigger convention, and he shows up, comes to the booth. He buys a print. I'm kind. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Done.
Yeah.
Then he starts just like lingering. Then he starts going and harassing other girls who don't know how to handle it. They weren't like, they didn't know how to tell someone no or no thank you or go away. So I went quietly to security and I was like, hey, he hasn't done anything wrong, but just keep an eye on him because he's kind of aggressive and he's not realizing that like he's being a little too forward.
Yeah.
So they politely asked him to like, hey, once you're done, grab your stuff and we're going to ask you to just like not linger in this area. So then he goes behind like, you know, in conventions, like the big cement pillars and just stands behind it. I can see you.
Yeah.
He was wearing a costume that was very bright and hard to not see. I was like, I can see him. He's still standing there, but he wasn't doing anything like wrong.
Yeah.
Then he comes back to me after he was told like not be in this area and says like, I don't know why you're upset. I'm just trying to like talk to you. And I was like, totally understand, but you're crossing the line. You're being really inappropriate. And he's like, well, I'm harmless. I don't know why you would think anything other than that. And I was like, if you have to say the words out loud, I'm harmless.
If you have to tell me that you're harmless, you're not harmless.
Right. And so security kindly again asked him. At this point, they were like standing there so that he couldn't come back into the area. But after that convention, it persisted. Like he did not stop commenting. He did not stop. And then the messages started getting like, why are you ignoring me? How dare you? I've supported you. I've been there since the beginning, yada, 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 like as if I owed him something.
Yeah.
Again, I just ignored him. I did end up blocking him. Then he made other accounts and it just kept going and going and going. And I would know because any new account, it was the same. Like he would literally like copy and paste. I knew it was him.
Harassing people we knew, like why you aren't talking.
Why is she ignoring me, reaching out to other people? And then eventually, like this was years it went on.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped.
Did he die?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. But then the app website Patreon came about.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like a way to support creators. This was, I don't even remember what year Patreon started. And I had an epiphany. I was telling you I had an epiphany earlier.
Yeah.
So there was a guy on my Patreon. Now that I think about it, the behavior was exactly the same. It started off very kind, very supportive. And my Patreon was like essentially you would get like a print, like a costume print or like a modeling print. And there at the time was like live chats where you could just like chat with people. It wasn't anything like super exclusive. So it was very minimum effort, like just a cool way to talk to your fans. But this person's behavior was a different name and a different picture. But now thinking about it, anyone can change their name and anyone can change the picture. The behavior was very similar, but much faster. So it was like, you don't respond to me in 30 minutes, I'm going to follow up with another message. I'm going to get angrier very quickly. And immediately, I didn't even engage because it happened a couple of times on Patreon. I just blocked them. I would cancel their membership, refund their money, and block them. I was like, this is crazy. I don't owe you anything. You're here because you want to be. And there's strict guidelines on how you can interact with me. And if you're not okay with it, you're gone. So thinking about it now, I'm like, it was 100% him. It had to have been him. And then that person, because I blocked them, went away. I remember them reaching out on Instagram and being upset. Why did you block me? And I just blocked them on the, like, every channel that they would jump on. I just blocked them. And I mean, that's the extent of it. So for me, luckily, it wasn't anything that escalated. I mean, it was like the real life thing at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But luckily I was in a different state. So when I came home, I mean,
Unless, I mean,
unless
like,
there's something that I didn't know.
yeah. But
Um,
it's just like, it's just one plane right away. Like, if he really, like that stuff could escalate so quickly because, if you, if you're like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you're taking it too far.
yeah.
Like, he could take that, like, you can't really control how people take things.
Right.
So, like, he could totally take that as, like, something that's awful, and he could come to California.
Yeah, 100%. And I remember there was a time traveling for conventions, like after that happened, where I was just so like uneasy, and that's not me. I felt like I would just get to the point where I'm like, dude, this isn't fun anymore. Now I'm worried about some creepy guy and that says he's not harmless. Like, it takes 2 seconds for something to escalate, like you're saying. And even like in public situations like that. And luckily Cameron was always with me, so I was always safe. But then I started to worry for other people because I'm like, he's not getting what he wants here. And now he's going down the line harassing all these other people who some of them don't have someone with them.
Who are new and don't know.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think now it's so much easier to like right up front be like, hey dude, fuck off. Like, with maturity and with experience now you realize like it's okay to set your boundaries. And I think now is obviously just a different time. I've had way more experience to know that. But at the beginning I was like, I don't want to be a jerk. Like, everyone's nice. Why would I immediately just be an asshole for no reason? That's not who I am. But it hardened me in a lot of senses where I was like, dude, how do you see this happening? And I think in my situations, the people were eased into it. So it didn't come off as like, there's some people that will come up and just automatic, you're like, oh no, there's something about your energy. I just don't want any of it. But being mindful of that now, I'm like, absolutely not. I take no shit ever. You give me one, like if there's one feeling in my gut where it's a little off, like we're done.
Yeah.
Blocked.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that energy in my life. But at the time I was just like naive and having a good time, and we're all nerds, right? At Comic-Con.
Yeah, we're all here, we're all friends. Yeah.
But there's some creepy assholes too mixed in that group. So you got to be really, really careful. Yeah. I mean, I went down the rabbit hole of like crazy situations of people showing up at people's homes with guns and like they have this whole relationship in their mind that they've built and they've never even talked to the person before. So yeah, I mean, this is a PSA to everyone on the internet, and not even, I guess, on the internet, everyone alive.
Yeah.
If you are not agoraphobic, where you stay in your house and don't go outside, like there's a chance that you can encounter this kind of situation, whether you're aware of it or not. Going to the grocery store. Yeah. So just, this is a little extreme. I have a tiny little knife on my neck. So
she gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you no matter what. But yeah, I mean, I have pepper spray. I walk around with my keys in my hands. Like I don't. Yeah. I'm aware. Try to abduct me. See what happens. You're gonna.
Please don't.
If you try, actually don't do that.
Don't do that, please.
I always wonder
That's an
too.
invitation.
No, don't do that. But I always think, like, I would not. They would throw me out. They'd be like, "This bitch is crazy." I'd poke them in the eyes. I'd kick them in the nuts. Like, it's not happening. So, yeah, but just be aware.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Always be aware of your surroundings and who's around you.
Yeah,
it's scary.
Yeah. I guess I'll continue talking because I have another story. Do you have a story, or am I just going to continue talking? Cameron said, "Shut up." AJ's turn.
No.
Well, okay. So I have one more story, and this isn't about me, but I was reading, just like, I don't know, trying to find good like stalker stories that were light and fun and like kind of airy, because this is a pretty intense topic. So I found one, and it is called The Subway Stalker. So initially, I told
the
Cameron
restaurant
this.
Or the
See, I knew it. I knew
transportation.
I initially went into it, and I was like, oh, like the subway, like riding the subway in New York, riding the subway. And then as I'm reading,
does it have to do with Jared?
It doesn't have to do with Jared. No, it's not about it. But it is about Subway, the sandwich shop. So it says she was a 20-year-old, short, petite female working at Subway, and she was nice to everyone, kind of like me, nice to everyone. She said, about a year ago, I don't know why that's relevant. I don't know when this came out. This guy, 35 to 45 years old, would come in every day for lunch. He was fascinated by my stretched ears and a few piercings I had on my face and would always ask questions. So that was his, like...
His in.
Yeah. Every time I'm going to ask you about... I think she had tattoos, too. I'm going to ask you about your piercings and stuff. So she said he would sit down and he would basically just, like, watch her. He would eat food, but he would, like, sit there for, like, hours at a time, just staring while she helped other customers.
Yeah.
So this goes on for about 2 weeks, and every day he would ask for her number, saying he has plugs and tunnels. I don't know what tunnels are.
I think it's for the ears.
Okay, so
The
plugs
stretching.
and tunnels that...
And for the subway. The tunnels in the subway.
that he wants to give to her because he saw that she was wearing them in her ears. So he's like, I have this gift for you in my home. Let me give you your number, and then I'll give them to you.
That's like basically going, can you help me put this couch in the back of this van?
Yeah, it's going to be totally fine. I also have candy in there, too. So if you help
okay,
me,
Buffalo Bill.
I'll give you the candy. So he would, every day he would come in and ask, and she would decline. So one day the manager goes to the bank and she's by herself. So she said they were really slow that day, and she was in the back room messing around on her phone. She heard the door chime and she looked up and no one was there. Then she saw a man
Whacking it?
No.
What?
Then
What?
she
In the subway?
saw a man walk past the
Subway
front.
whacker.
Yeah, this story is wrong. It should be the subway whacker.
This episode cannot see the light of day. So she saw a man walk past the front of the store really quickly, like he was in a hurry. The store phone rings. Me. Thanks for calling Subway. How can I help you?
Oh, cute.
This is the girl with the nice ears, right? Yes. Who is this?
Better
I would
to
say
hear you
no.
with.
My ears are disgusting. But I guess she works at Subway, so she can't say like
Yeah.
something is not A+ rating. So he said, "Are you alone in the back room right now? Are you working by yourself?" At this point, she got really creeped out and she knew it was him. She hung up the phone and texted the manager the situation to hurry back. So he called again, this time asking weird questions like what would I do with him in the room with the door locked, if I had a boyfriend, and why I was playing hard to get, etc. So the manager gets back. She tells the manager everything. In the middle of the lunch rush, he calls again. This time the manager answers. And she never said what, the manager never said what he said on the phone, but she said the look on her face made her spine shiver. So he probably said something super crazy. So she told him if he called back or showed up, she would call the police. So she thought that was the end of it, obviously. Like, okay, she's going to call the cops. Don't harass me anymore. So 1 week later, she's clocking out and getting ready to walk to her car. And she looks outside and she sees him standing by her car looking inside of it. So I don't know what the situation is, but she was able to like clearly see him.
Yeah.
She said she's like, I was an idiot and I left the back door unlocked. I watched him crawl inside and shut the door. The creep was trying to hide in my fucking back seat and do God knows what. So the manager locks the front door. She goes back inside. They lock the front door. They call the police. So the police essentially had to drag him out of the car, arrested him. They found a butcher knife, rope, a rag with chloroform. And as she's saying, if I hadn't looked up, like at that moment, I don't remember what year this was, like if there was like CCTV footage or anything, like essentially if anything were to happen, the manager would obviously known, like, it's probably the creepy stalker guy. Mm-hmm. But if there wasn't cameras and stuff around, they would have known, but they wouldn't have known who he was, like, for sure. Where they went. Yeah. So, like, there would be no evidence of it. Yeah. And again, this was just a story that I found on an article. So who knows, like, if it's 100% like factual, but it sounds so possible.
Yeah.
So possible.
Yeah. Cause that's the thing. Like, when we were talking about like stalking and like the fact that you have a story and like I know other people who have stories and stuff, I was like, how often does this happen? And I saw a thing that said 15% of women and 6% of men in the US have experienced stalking at some point in their lifetime, according to the CDC. And I'm like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like the numbers seem low, but that's a lot. That's pretty high for like people being stalked. And it's like, it's so scary, and it feels like it would be higher now just based on like how accessible everyone is.
Right, and how people feel like they know you through the internet, like how people feel like they've created a relationship with you in their mind, and you have no idea who they are, but they know everything about you.
They know everything about you. They know your favorite food, they know like all these things because they watch your stuff. So then they create this like almost like, you know,
it's like a fact
one-sided like relationship with you,
Right.
but you might not even know who they are.
Yeah, you've never seen them before.
You've never seen them. You've probably like there's a chance you've never interacted with them, but they feel that connection to you.
Yeah.
And like for normal people, that's like probably that's fine. Whatever. You know,
Yeah.
we could be one-sided friends, but like then there's like the other people who then take it too far and don't know
Right.
like boundaries and like when to stop and what you when you're feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that now with everything going on and like people being able to stand up for yourself, not that you weren't able to before, but I think now people setting boundaries is so much more, I guess, out there. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I feel like people are so much more vocal about it now.
Yeah.
People are so much more empowered now and realize that, like,
You don't have to be a victim. Like, you don't have
Right.
to like sit there and like take unwanted, like even like compliments and
Attention
stuff
or
because
praise or
like
anything.
attention and all these things,
Right.
like it can come to a point where it crosses a line where you don't feel comfortable, and you should be empowered enough to tell someone like, you know, thank you so much, but we're at a point where I do not feel comfortable.
Right. I think that everyone should, like, if I said earlier, like that feeling in your gut, I think a lot of people disregard that. Like, we all have that feeling, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. But like, at least for me, I know I can meet someone and immediately be like, like I can feel that energy.
Yeah.
I know something's off. And a lot of the times at the very beginning, I didn't trust that because I'm like, oh, am I overthinking things? I don't want to be rude.
You don't want
Were
to
they-
judge people. Like, you don't want
You
to
don't wanna
like,
be a jerk.
yeah, you don't want to be an ass
Yeah, but I think it's okay to be a jerk if you feel
every now and then if
yeah,
you
and
feel
maybe
uncomfortable.
it's not even being a jerk. It's okay to set boundaries.
Yeah.
It's okay to be like, hey, you're too close. Hey, I don't like this. Hey, no, thank you. Hey, get the fuck out of here. That is 100% okay.
Hey, take one of these to the face.
Yeah. I think that absolutely, if you're feeling like that is what you want to say and someone's making you uncomfortable, absolutely stand your ground. I think also now too, cyber stalking is taken way
Yeah.
more seriously than it was before. It is now like a criminal offense to cyber stalk someone. And there's something that you can do about it. You can report it to the police. You can speak up. You can, you have rights when it comes to that. And I feel like that obviously wasn't a thing before because the internet
Yeah.
wasn't as
It was new. So
pertinent.
like there wasn't any set rules or like not expectations, but like, you know, it's when something new like that happens and like the internet is such like a thing that grows and it changes and like apps get new features and things like that. So like there's different ways for something as old as stalking could be done that it's like sometimes it's harder to like track and like document and stuff like that.
I have like this whole list of which I won't get into because it's like so much of
Yeah. One
penal
of the,
codes and stuff
Yeah.
like that of what, and it's all state to state, but there's one thing where if you, so say you're in a different state and like the cyber stalking crosses state lines, I'm pretty sure it's a federal offense.
Oh.
So it's like super serious if some, like if Texas guy were to fly to California
Yeah.
after being told no and like imposing threats and all of that stuff, I'm pretty sure it's a federal offense. Don't quote me, but it's serious. Sorry, what were you going to say?
The site that I was looking at that just was talking about different facts about stalking. One of it had like questions with like little pull downs. So it was like, you know, what is cyber stalking? And like, so it had like bullet points. And then one of them said, am I a stalker? And it was like, has the person you're communicated with asked you to stop contacting them? Is she or he fearful around you? If the answer to either of these questions is yes, you may have crossed the line from communication to stalking. And it was like, and it had like, if you find yourself doing this, like if this is you, click on this link and we can
For
like
help?
have resources on
Listen.
what can help.
You think the cyber stalker thinks they're a cyber stalker?
No, the cyber stalker read both those questions and
Yeah,
went,
it was like,
they're not fearful. They love my
No.
compliments.
no, they just ignore me all the time, but that means they love when
Yeah,
I
they're
say
just
this.
busy and they can't answer my message.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry,
They
the
like
cyber
it when I hop in the back of their car with a butcher
The-
knife.
Yeah, they
and
love
chloroform.
Yeah, you
they love the
know-
smell of chloroform.
my Ted Bundy like do-it-yourself kit.
No,
Yeah, totally fine.
Comes in a little case.
Comes in a
Super
little
convenient.
case.
Nope, they're not reading that. But I mean, I guess you'd be hopeful that they would be like,
I mean, there's a small
self-aware.
chance where like they could be reading that and be like, wait, is this
Is that
play about
me?
me?
So I did come across an article that was talking about that kind of same thing, but more in a light. It was like, am I a cyber stalker? And it was a girl like doing this. And it was talking about like how people can go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And explaining like how initially you could start by going down a rabbit hole and you see what they're wearing and you're looking at it. And then people become obsessed with the person and start following what they do and dressing like them and stuff like that. It was more of like an innocent way of poking fun at it, which I don't think was very funny, but like stalking a person in a sense of like seeing the things that they're doing. Not necessarily like stalking them in the sense is like, I want to chloroform, put a towel
It's
over
like
your
single
mouth.
white female. I'm going to become you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of like obsessive behavior than stalker behavior. I think the issue is like that's a very fine line of being obsessive.
Yeah.
And then once that transfers into looking at the Maps app on Instagram.
Yeah,
then you've
apps
gone
and
too
wanting to
far.
control that person and like, yeah, it's just
Yeah.
creepy.
Listen, I felt like this was going to be way more fun, and it took a real dark turn. I was like, oh, we're going to talk about stalkers. It's going to be fine. It's going to be funny. I was
It's
like,
going to be
wow.
funny because my personal story, and then we realized, no, it's really
No,
dark
it
and scary.
sucks. And I think that talking about it, I was like, oh, now I remember like how it made me feel.
Yeah.
And it really sucked. And I feel like I've kind of wiped that from my memory because now I would never stand for that. But it sucks. So
Yeah, it
don't-
sucks not feeling safe in a place where you should be able to feel safe.
Yeah, and where everyone should feel safe. So if you're exhibiting these behaviors, like
Stop it.
stop it.
Stop.
Nobody wants
Ew,
to deal with
gross.
it. And there's ways to interact with people without making it creepy. I don't know.
Like if you want to come up and talk about horror movies, I'll talk horror movies with you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably go into a rant and you'll be like, I need to leave. And then
Hey,
I'll be
quiet.
the one crossing the line. But yeah, there's ways of doing it. And then there's ways of you should
Yeah.
avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're feeling this or you have anyone that you feel is crossing the line, please block them immediately. Please
Take the steps to protect yourself.
for sure,
Yeah.
and let other people know too what you're experiencing. Because I feel like a lot of people won't say anything because they don't
You
want to make
think,
a big
like,
deal. They
yeah.
don't want to like put them on blast.
Yeah. Or you think like, am I the one in the wrong?
Right.
Am I overreacting? No, trust your gut feeling. If you think something's wrong, there's a good chance something's wrong.
100%. So sorry if this got a little bit darker than we thought. We like to keep it light and fun, but I guess real life sometimes is not light and fun. So
Yeah.
Be very aware of your surroundings. Be safe.
Turn off your Maps feature on
Turn
Instagram.
off on every feature or every app,
Yeah.
everything that has a
Don't be tracked.
don't be tracked. I don't know. It's just not a safe thing.
Unless
to
it's
do.
like your friends and you're like, you want to be friends on Find My.
right, or if it's like your
Which is great because
your
like,
family,
you know, if like that person gets kidnapped, you can know where they
you
are.
can find them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So use it for good, not for evil. I don't know. Don't be a dick. Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy.
Don't be the subway stalker or any sort of stalker. We really don't appreciate it.
Subway whacker.
Yeah, don't be
Subway
the
whacker.
Really do not be the subway whacker.
Don't.
Do that at home.
I feel like there's probably
oh no, yeah.
don't Google that either because I'm sure there is a story about that and we don't want to know.
NSFW.
So that will do it for this episode of Let's Get Spooky. Make sure to follow us on social media, catch all of our past episodes. Yeah, and don't forget to
Stay spooky. Stop stalking.